And what is our theme for the Vigil tonight? Families Empowering Recovery. We're going to see this theme of family in action as family members are going to come up and introduce each speaker, starting with Jacqueline, who's going to introduce her son, Aidan. Jacqueline.
Hey everybody. You might recognize me from past vigils as the frantically stressed woman running around with a clipboard, making sure all the speakers, musicians, and etc. are on their space. And I'm doing that again tonight, but I'm hopeful here for a very, very special reason, and that is to introduce my little boy. And if any of you know me and my little boy, you'd think it might be funny that I'm using the word little, and you'll see why if you don't know us in a moment. I'm not going to steal his thunder. I'm going to let him tell his story. But I do want to share this with all of you. Families do empower recovery. It is absolutely true. But recovery empowered my family. Aidan and I have been on our own since he was a baby. So our bond was already strong to begin with, but recovery brought us even closer, so much closer, even closer than before he ever drank or used. Recovery actually empowered me to change careers. I went from a television news producer to a family recovery coach working for John Hamilton in Liberation, and now I work for Catalyst CT, the hub, and I work to help local businesses earn state recognition as recovery-friendly workplaces, to make sure that workplaces are compassionate and supportive of people in recovery from any behavioral health issue, be it substance use, mental health, anything. We want you to know you are not alone and you are supported. Most of all, recovery empowered me to see my son's struggle as well as his strength, his doubts as well as his determination, his pain as well as his perseverance, and most of all, his undeniable courage. I stand here today as a mom who is more than proud of her son. I'm a mom in awe of my hero. Please welcome my son, Aidan.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
My name is Aidan, and I'm an addict. I was brought up in New Canaan by a single mother. Growing up, I felt rather anxious. I didn't have a lot of friends growing up. I got diagnosed with depression, anxiety, ADHD at a young age. Instant gratification was something that I had latched onto early. My thoughts are always critical and intense. I obsess over what people thought of me. But whenever I had the chance to make someone laugh, the bad feelings would slip away for just a moment. That was my first addiction. I come from a very close family. When I was 15, my Aunt Juliet passed away. She and I had a very special bond, and when I lost her to cancer, it all but destroyed me. Back then, I was staying with her kids, my older cousins, the triplets, and I tried cannabis with one of them for the first time. That was pretty much the moment my mind became fully controlled by substances. First weed, then alcohol, then whatever I could get my hands on. Drugs to me were always so cunning, sedating, and fun. They were a distraction from everything. Depression to me has always felt like a headband on too tight, attacking my brain with negative thoughts. Drugs kept these thoughts at bay. A friend once compared my story with substance use to the acceleration of a Tesla, 0 to 60 in a matter of seconds. Once I started, I could never stop. It escalated so quickly, I couldn't even see the progression as it happened. Within the first 3 months of my use, I overdosed after mixing alcohol, sedatives, and stimulants. I couldn't see that I had a problem. I would always rationalize. I would do these mental gymnastics to convince myself that it was normal to use all day, to mix substances. I would tell myself it was just a special occasion, or that I just went a little overboard, but never to worry about it. Because of drugs, at that moment, I lost any sense of morality. I had no concept of moderation, and I was completely out of control. To say that I had low self-esteem would be an understatement. I mean, I had no self-esteem. And when you think literally nothing of yourself, you don't care what happens. It wasn't like I wanted to die, I just couldn't care less if I did. I would use several substances each day until I was unconscious. It was dangerous and it was insanity, but it is not how I live anymore. I got sober with the help of my family and friends, real friends I made in 12-step programs. On October 8th in 2018, when I was only 17, I entered the world of recovery. I attend meetings once or twice a day. I volunteer to speak at meetings, hospitals, rehabs, and psych wards. Every year I stay sober, I look back and think of the impact people I've met had on me. And I hope tonight I have a similar impact on someone who is struggling. The opposite of addiction is connection, and I'm connected to those who struggle. I can only keep what I have by sharing the knowledge I've gained. I feel like I got sober before I even grow up, but maybe recovery helped me to do that, literally and figuratively. I have struggles, but now I face them and move forward. Today, I have been sober for longer than I was ever using. Paul has asked me to speak more than once at this vigil, but I never said yes. Not because I'm ashamed of my past. When I look in the mirror, I truly do not see a single shred of the person I used to be when I was using. I didn't want to speak here because honestly, I was a little scared of people. The same fear that pushed me to use. But a while ago, I had what you might call a spiritual awakening. I started to notice this switch in myself. This change happened when I was at work. I'm a maitre d' at a restaurant in town, and my job can be incredibly stressful. But this crazy thing happened one night where I realized I wasn't afraid. I felt confident and capable of managing the chaos of the restaurant the same way I continuously get better at controlling the destructive thoughts in my brain. It is nerve-wracking to be here tonight. However, I bet there are a few people out there tonight trying to get sober, counting days, starting to work a program, or simply just not using. Believe me, that takes a lot more bravery. If there is anyone who identifies with anything I've said tonight, trust me, things will get easier if you just be patient. Sobriety is time-consuming. It involves relentless honesty for there to be growth, but the work you put in is beyond worth it. The ability to be able to live life on life's terms and help others is everything to me. My former sponsor is one of my best friends, the person who saved my life, the person who helped me get and helps me stay sober. When he met, he asked me if I was willing to go to any lengths to get sober. I lied. I said yes. I said yes, because really, what else was I going to say? You want me to go to how many meetings? Today, that is the truth. And the truth is, I will go to any length to get sober and to help someone else get there. It's not a lie anymore. I'm grateful for that more and more each day. I'm grateful to be standing here surrounded by my friends, my family, my co-hosts at work, my co-workers from work, my mentors, and most importantly, my family. The one I was born into and the one I chose. There's also the family I never knew. As I mentioned earlier, I grew up to a single mother. My dad hasn't been around since I was born. I reached out to him when I was almost a year sober. I was doing so well both in school and at the restaurant. And I was so good at something, and I was a part of something so exciting as recovery, and people knew who I was. It felt like I finally mattered. And I just wanted him to know that, and I just wanted him to see the man I had become without his help, and honestly, all I ever wanted was to hear him just say, "Good job." But that didn't happen that way. So I tried his Instagram, and he blocked me immediately. That really hurt. It was like he put this wall blocking any chance of a relationship. It was painful, but now I realize it was freeing. There's a silver lining here. People have told me I'm crazy to think something so horrible as to my father doesn't want me, but that is the unfortunate truth. But it's okay. Oh no.
Hey, just yell. Just yell.
But it does, yeah. People have told me I'm crazy to think something so horrible as to my father doesn't want me, but that's the truth, and I'm okay with it, because it doesn't matter. I have all the family I need. There we go. I have all the family I need. I'm grateful now that things happened the way that they did. I was able to move on and be thankful for everything that my mother has done for me. I didn't need my dad to tell me anything. I know that I'm doing a great job. I honestly cannot put the words together to express my gratitude for being free from the life I used to live. I spent so many years, both sober and not, truly uncomfortable in my own skin. For most of my life, I didn't think I belonged anywhere, but not anymore. Now I'm a part of a world that is always so new and so exciting, and the life I want to live will be truly worthwhile. I am finally proud to be who I am. I am someone who I believe is worth getting to know. I am comfortable in this world, and I like it. Thank you.